I'll add it to your section. Unit 5. Unit 5 is a little bit longer than the others, and what it is, it's planning a gym-based exercise. It asks you the questions around informed consent, why would defer someone from training, and it gives us that sort of protocol to making sure that we do everything correctly before our clients train, rather than just training them and then figuring out what to do afterwards. Again, like Unit 2, you'll get ticks next to it, you have highlights next to it as well, and if there's anything incorrect, I'll add it into the assessment folder at the feedback point. Then we look at this point here. This is the Unit 5 assessment guide. It tells you everything you need to know. It says CV1 here, warm-up, duration 5 to 10 minutes. CV2, main component 20 to 30 minutes, continuous training only. So what it's telling you to do in this area here is warm-up is 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes. It's telling you how hard you've got to work them, the same as continuous training. Resistance training, exactly the same. So we scroll back up and it tells you all of the things you need to know. It says resistance exercises, 4 weight exercises, 6 to 12 reps, 2 sets, 1 minute rest period. It's telling you exactly what you need to do. The main reason why we're having this is because most people who are going to be doing a gym induction, what the level 2 is based around, won't have trained in a long time, or they may have endurance or fatigue factors where they can't complete a full rep range without coming into difficulty. So what we do, we sit them in a middle range, so we go, okay, we're looking to start you off on 10 reps. Once you've done your 10 reps for a couple of weeks, what we're going to be doing, if you're looking to improve endurance, we're looking to increase your rep range. If you're looking to improve strength and power, we're looking to decrease it, increase the sets, increase the rest period, etc. So the 6 to 12 reps, rest, and the set range, what they're starting off with, is something what we always do when it comes to beginners. We then work our way down. What it does, it tells you all the exercises, what you can choose to put into your program based around free weights, resistance machine, body weight, and the body parts as well. We start off with a PARQ. A PARQ is a physical activity readiness questionnaire. This is basically our prevention and our liability tool. So what we do, we get our clients to fill this in, because if there's anything highlighted as yes, what we do, we have to investigate it further. And the questions, as you can see, are a little bit thorough than you want them to be, or what you want them to be when it comes to an instructor. You want them to protect you. So, has your doctor ever said you've got a heart condition and you should not do any physical activity recommended? If anyone puts yes for that, we need to find out why. We need to find out what's going on, because obviously if they've got a heart condition, we put them into a continuous training workout. We hit them up to 80% maximum heart rate. They've just had a heart transplant. It could put them into a heart attack. So these are always precautions what we have to say as an instructor. We look at informed consent. Informed consent is exactly what it says on the tin. We're informing the customer of what we're doing and we're getting their consent. The consent is verbally, and the consent is written as well, because obviously you'll tell them what you're going to be doing in the training session. They sign and they date to say that, yep, I'm happy to do what you've asked me to do. The consultation form. This is the questionnaire to find out what your client wants to have out of the training session. So it's really important to make sure we do a thorough job of the consultation with our SMART goals in here as well. This is the program card. So it's got safety checks. So safety checks at the top. Firstly, if they're a new customer, we'd always show them the fire evacuation, we'll show them the assembly point, we show them where the first aid defib, everything when it comes to the gym. Resources needed. So if you've got a cross trainer in your warm-up, you need to put resources as cross trainer. If you've got a treadmill for your main CV session, a resource is a treadmill. Remember, if you're doing stuff outside of the gym, cross trainers and treadmills aren't going to be a resource that people can do. So if you're making a program for someone at home, we've got to be flexible and we've got to be diverse when it comes to resources needed. Because at the end of the day, if you give them a program and then they turn around and go, oh, I don't have any free weights, oh, I don't have a Swiss ball, and you've put them into the workout regime, you've got to make sure resources come in well when it comes to your program design. We start off with a warm-up. We then go into dynamic stretches, we go into our main CV, fixed resistance, free weights, body weight, CV, cool down, and then we finish off with static stretches. Okay? All of them can be taken in a list above, and then we finish off with this section here. So we copy and paste all of the stuff from it. So it says a CV. So we take one of the CVs from the above, and then what we do, we adapt it to a 14 to 16-year-old, a 50-year-old plus, and a pre- and postnatal person. Okay? So what could happen is you could be getting someone on a treadmill for a main CV component. What we might not do for someone who's 14 to 16 is because they're younger, maturity levels aren't as high. What they might try and do is be a little bit silly on the treadmill. So you maybe need to supervise them a little bit more than putting it in their program. So you'd have to actually be with them. When it looks at someone who's older, this is just going on someone from a generic point of view. I'm not saying everyone over 50 has osteoporosis or arthritis. What we're looking at is potentially the impact could be a little bit irritating onto the hips, onto the knees and onto the ankles. So what we'd maybe do is adapt the exercise to a lower resistance or a lower impact exercise like the cross trainer or the bike. And then we're looking at a pre or postnatal woman. We're looking at potentially if they've got a big bump, it can be a little bit of a stress on the treadmill, walking, putting strain onto the back. So what we could choose is a seated bike so the lower back is supported while she's still doing cardiovascular exercise. We have to do that for every single bit of equipment. So we've got CV, we've got fixed resistance, we've got free weight and we've got body weight. So all of them. Once that's done, I then come down to the bottom and I come onto this little one here. So firstly what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to save my work into Dropbox. So what happens is I'm not going to lose that work. This then obviously saves everything into our Dropbox, and once that's done, I come back to the same section. I press that and it says share folder. Share file, sorry. There we go. Share original document, because obviously I've got to mark it, and then I attach it onto an email. The email loads up on attachment, and what I put as subject, Unit 1. I then pop in my email address, BAPT, and then I'd send. The one thing what I make sure I do is I also check to make sure it has sent. These files, as you can see, 7.9 megabytes. So one thing what I would do is then go onto my emails and also check to make sure my sent files has actually sent. Okay, so this will come through to me. I then mark it, then I'll just send it back. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked, please subscribe, and if you want to see any more videos, please press the notification bell. Thank you and have a